When I go to my folks, when I go see my parents, and my stepdad's gotten a lot better, but he used to put a bottle of seasoning in. He would mix it in with the ground beef when he's making hamburgers. Not just put it on the outside after you make a patty, but he would mix it in there, and then he would put it on the outside, and you literally would bite into this thing. Like all it would be seasoning salt.
Sodium bomb.
Yeah. And it got to the point where both, I remember we're driving home, and this goes all the way back to when Charlene and I were in college, and we
start getting dizzy in these spots.
We'd start drinking water. Why are we so thirsty? Why do we have headaches?
You start getting behind ambulances just in case?
So I stepped up and I told him, and my mom she says, yeah. And I'm like, why haven't you been saying something this whole time? So now whenever he barbecues.
That's where you got it from. Because you used to be like that, too. You used to over-season. Your beef jerky, you still over-season.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, that is something I'm learning how to do. I've only done a handful of batches. And my problem with that is the marination. The first guy told me 30 minutes. And then I did that. That was like nothing. And then my stepdad, who overseasons, said 24 hours. I did that, and I couldn't even eat it.
So 12 hours is what you got to do.
And so then I did 12 hours, and that's what you just had.
Okay, then you got to go 6 hours.
Then I got to go 10 hours. I mean, or 8.
Go 6.
No, that's too much. That's not enough.
Go 6.
I'm surprised. I thought you would like it because you like salty stuff.
I do like salty stuff.
And it was spicy.
It was just
I really liked it. I think it turned out really good. It is a little, sometimes.
Hey, listen, I didn't not finish it.
No, I know.
I mean, I finished it.
Jerky and it's salty. And
yeah.
It's not too bad.
I mean,
but I want to make it better.
It's a good snack to have at the desk.
But anyways, now I find myself when I go visit him and he's going to start barbecuing, I'm standing over his shoulder. Do you ever do this with anybody about anything? Where you know better, but you don't want to say anything, but you're standing right over their shoulder.
I have kids. Of course I do this.
No, not with kids. But
with adults?
Yeah, when you go to somebody else's house, they're making you a drink or they're cooking. I don't know. And so now...
Oh, you do this quite a bit.
And now it comes to the point where I come over there and he doesn't even want to... He bought a new Traeger smoker. He's got a new barbecue. He's like, you just do barbecue. I feel so terrible. He's like defeated. I feel like a jerk. I'm like, no, this is your house. You do it. This is your stuff. He goes, no, you can just do it. Where before...
Control freak.
Before, he was a control freak.
You're a control freak.
No.
Well, that's what it boils down to. If that's happening, you're a control freak.
Do you think I'm a control freak?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
The way we work together.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if I like the few times in our 20-year career that I've gone over there and done the board and have you sit by, it's like, it's painful watching you pace back and forth like...
You come over here and do this.
Rain Man. You're like,
yes. I think you would find
poke your head around and
that as you get older,
like looking around and you're not focusing on conversation. It's like your job's not that hard. Trust me, it's not. But that's fine. You want to do it? Go ahead.
No, listen. If you want to come over here and you want to you want to drive the ship, you go right ahead.
I don't, for the same reason why your stepfather does not want to barbecue in front of you.
I'm not that person anymore. That's my point.
But you are that person. You just don't. I
really don't think I am.
You think if you say it.
I really think I've changed.
Trust me on this, okay?
I'm older.
You think if you say it, then it might come true. But at the end of the day, you can't change the person that you are.
What am I really doing at the end of the day? I turn the mics on. I turn other things up so you can play things. You have freedom to play whatever you want. I have freedom to play whatever I want. It's not like it's that. I mean, seriously, you could do this.
I know. I do it whenever you're gone. It's fine.
I know, and I hear about it, too. Oh, my God. When are you coming back?
Well... In all honesty, okay?
Like, what were you doing the other day? Not the other day. The last time I left and you ran it, and then apparently you were playing things over the songs were playing. You were playing stuff over the other. Was it supposed to be going over the air?
Yeah. The thing is,
this is what I was always afraid of.
350 days or 320 days a year. I do it 10 days a year.
It doesn't make an excuse for you to get it wrong.
Well, also, but you understand that repetition, you're going to, if you have repetition with anything you do in life on a regular basis, then you're going to do it right.
I'm just saying, maybe you realize now I get nervous.
You still take it too serious for what it is.
And I just don't care anymore. Yeah, I really don't. I just show up here. We have a good time. Whatever happens, happens. All right. I'm fine with it. All right. If they fire me tomorrow, I'm going to move back to Idaho or Washington, and I'm going to go fishing, and I'll figure it out.
Okay, we can make that happen.
Who's we? You got a team? You already ready to replace me?
I mean, I consider you a friend, but if you don't want to go, go.
Of course I want to go. If I won the lotto tomorrow, I would want to do this show with you, but I would do it from my cabin on the Snake River in Hell's Canyon.
Why can't we just do this show from our home? I'm being dead serious.
I wish we could. I know. Listen, you're asking the wrong person.
I hate driving the grade every day. I can't stand it. Like, if you can work from home, why not work from home?
How do you deal? My question was, how do you deal with bullies? I guess I'm kind of a bully or a control freak. 805-543-3699.
You cut them out of your life. Do you have a lot of friends?
Nobody's going to cut you out of their life because when you're barbecuing, they like to stand over you and make comments and say, hey, don't overcook that.
I think you're wrong. I don't think you want to be associated with people that make you feel uncomfortable. I'm serious.
Final Four is rolling right now, KZOZ.com. It's brought to you by Vina Robles Amphitheater, Nederlander Concerts. We're in the finals. We've got Zeppelin taking on the Beatles. I almost said the Beach Boys because I consider them about the same. I know that's very offensive. I know. But it is a pop act and a pop act, and they're taking on a rock act.
How dare
This is supposed to be the greatest rock act of all time.
How dare you?
And I haven't gotten over the fact that Queen is out. And
See? Control freak. You're a control freak. You can't even let it lie, okay? Let it be, as the Beatles would say. Just let it be. Let the people decide. Throw out the information. Quit trying to give the framed version of it, okay?
I'm not. I'm just giving you my opinion. What, my opinion is now making me a control freak?
Yes. You're no different than all the fake news that your leader accuses.
What, is my job now to just report I can't have an opinion?
Yes.
That's why I got into this. I didn't want to do news. I wanted to have an opinion, whether you liked it or not.
But in this, just let it be, okay? Because you're talking
very clever.
About a guy that is... whose love of music goes to Phil Collins and Stevie Winwood, two guys that did not make the field of 64.
Well, it's a whole other conversation. But
Huey Lewis and the News did not make the field of 64.
Why don't you go look and tell me who sold the most albums in their career? I bet you're going to find Phil Collins is right up there with Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
We want to talk about pop?
More than the Beach Boys.
We want to talk about pop acts.
I mean, the Beatles.
You want to talk about pop acts? That Phil Collins is dead nuts.
We're not talking
pop act.
We're talking about rock acts, and somehow a pop act slid in, and now they're in the finals.
They did not. They're the godfathers of rock and roll.
You know, I do this because everybody that loves the Beatles just hates me, and that's fine. Take it way too personal.
Well, because they like good music and you like bad music.
So go vote for them. I'm hoping they become the ultimate rock act of all time.
They are.
A band that we don't even play. And then we're going to start playing the crap out of the Beatles. And then, you know what? When everybody's like, why you guys play the Beatles so much? Yeah. Because you select them as the greatest rock act of all time.
I would like to ask Robert Plant who he thinks the greatest rock act of all time is. I bet you he would say the Beatles.
Well, maybe he wouldn't. He's probably just being polite because they're all older. Right?
Or dead.
Yeah. You got to respect the dead, Jeff.
Well, we tried that, and they got through. They beat Boston in the first round.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.